stai beccando? T'ho detto di fare solo quello. Certo, cazzo di bake, ce l'ho già le mappe, che cazzo vuoi? Okay, let me stream that for another hour straight. Later I have to go to talk with the client and then we'll be back. So, let's see. Okay. As you can see here, where there is some bleeding on my color selection, I picked this purple color, you see, and it's bleeding, so I have this really nasty white border. I can fix it by adding more tolerance, increasing this value, and now it's gone. Okay, let me see. Okay, I want to show you this. I um, renamed this layer AO for ambient occlusion, but actually it's not writing any ambient occlusion channel. It gets added on top of the base layer. Usually is what I'm doing, for example, for Unity, if I don't want to use a custom shader, but for example in Unreal you have the opportunity to put this texture inside the ambient occlusion channel. So I want to show you how to do that in Substance Painter because it's not immediate. If we go here to the texture set, we have a lot of embedded channels, which are the channels that are getting baked, and all the channels are here and are called mesh maps. And here we have the ambient occlusion. So this means we can't directly wrote or paint over this layer of this map, and the problem is we don't get any occlusion channel here, you see. So if I'm putting a fill layer, a paint layer here, we don't have any opportunity to write a separate ambient occlusion channel, so the ambient occlusion will be added on top of this channel on the color. Usually I can do something different. I can go here in the texture set channels, you have a plus button, and here you have other channels that are not visible and accessible by default. You can for example write your opacity, but this means that you have to change the shader to see the opacity, and you can also choose to use half cut or half blend. You can add emissive, displacement, and so on, and we have to search the ambient occlusion. That now it's added here, and now we have the ambient occlusion here in our fill or paint layer. And now it's I mean, it's not active for and visible on this layer. It will be active on all the project for every layer, pre-existing layer or new layer. And usually if it's not an 8-bit map, you want to use and deal with something more, but we can use L8 as the standard. It will be a black to white grayscale gradient 0 to 255, so L8 is okay for now. And I can come back to my AO, for example, activating. Oh, let me delete what I did yesterday. A-O, not A-O, only with capital A, usually. And you want to write A-O. Now you have a 0 to 1 channel. Usually I want to put just not exactly black, probably, but I will also be dealing with the stroke opacity, tablet sensitivity, the flow, and I usually want to switch my brush. I didn't load my custom brushes on this project. It's not a big issue. We have many of them, many brushes that can simulate different shapes, not the standard rounded shape, which is not really good. And now we can write, and if I'm going here, you see, now we don't have only ambient occlusion here on the mesh map, but we have the ambient occlusion here, which are on, under the single layer, and this is what I'm doing, adding ambient occlusion channel on top, meaning that it will be exported separately, and we can decide later if we want to add it with Photoshop or GIMP on our albedo map, making it diffuse map, and or if I want or if we want to use a separate ambient occlusion channel which will be multiplied to the albedo, so we can use a value and for final touches deciding how much this channel will be applied to the albedo. it's really useful to have the opportunity to do that. Okay, usually I'm not always using the material. It's cool to see the final material, but we are pretty much at an early stage, so I go with base color, or if it's too dark, as in my case, I can go straight with the ambient occlusion channel. In that case, as I am using a separate channel, I'll probably will paint it a bit darker, so later we can adjust the normal the opacity, the normal opacity, but for the image occlusion I will not do that in Substance Painter, because I then should write this value. I report it on another software. I'll be going straight at right, trying to achieve the result I want, and then I will use the value only for last tweaking inside the real-time engine. Also, my spacing is a bit too much. I maybe can decrease the spacing and decrease the opacity. Maybe decreasing it too much, it's a good way. So by decreasing the opacity, I can work straight with a really dark color, but to achieve that dark color I need to paint over and over and over. And also I want a bit more control, so I'm making a smaller brush. More, let me take my tablet. Mm, Sometimes I need to, yes, I don't know, sometimes I found that changing this weight for the pen is better, because it's more responsive letter. I'm not sure about that. I think it's something related to the driver. I'm using a pretty much stable driver for my Wacom, but it's an old driver, because the last time I updated the driver, something wasn't working nicely. Uh, I was getting messing results. I decided to switch it back. Okay. Uh, I want to feel that part, but let me get. Okay, I don't really need it. And you see, it's really dark. Probably will be something like this. Maybe I did it. It's too. You see, the area, the covered area is too big. I need to reduce it a bit. I can get rid of this color or temporarily change it. I can, if I want to deal with materials, and uh, I can do that. I can go. I'm not going to the base folder, because what I'm doing it's only temporary. So I call it temp. add a black mask, add color selection, and now it's working. Not white, standard neutral. Okay, I'm inheriting every parameters but the color from the other channels. What I was saying, this is a cool brush, a cool shape, but was too. I painted it too big. Okay, in my occlusion pass, usually I'm adding a bit more dirt and wiring, so sometimes it's good to uh, make it more visible, more big, but for now, what I wanted to do was a straight occlusion pass, so I'm reducing it a lot. Oh, where the music gone? I had a playlist with all copyright-free music, but it stopped. Don't know why.
We have got to the point where literally
And
anybody.
then the fucking ads are starting. Probably that's something that blocked my background music. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me invert it. I don't want to deal with two small brush. If the brushes are way too small, this process take forever. I will not deliver in time for sure. Oh, for something like this, I can definitely use mirror. I can do some custom brush later on each part, but for now I want to speed up the process. Usually, drawing wiring, edges, borders, scratches, adding scratches, adding ambient occlusion is something that I really like. Not the best color, I said ambient occlusion. Okay. What I'm showing you now is a destructive process. Being destructive because it's cool but time consuming because I'm painting by hand and you want to speed up the process. So let me make a folder, call it ambient occlusion, and I want to add another ambient occlusion field. And I want the black mask, and I want a generator I can use an inverted metal edges. Usually metal edges or curvature is to have bright edges for ambient occlusion. I can try with to do the contrary. So by hiding the wiring. Not working properly. I probably should to put it on top of the base color, but let's try. Let's try with curvature. Invert it. Let me see. It's on the base color. I want it on the ambient occlusion. Let's see. Is it? Those are the standard climate. That's okay. Okay, let's see it through the base color. Ah, okay. I was kidding. While talking, I forgot to switch from the color channel to the ambient occlusion channel, so it wasn't passing through. Okay, now I have to come back to my ambient occlusion color, and then I need to refine all of this. Blur it. Probably I will be decreasing the overall opacity. Huge. You see, by using those parameters, you are changing the shape. Okay, but definitely I need to see the final result. There is too much ambient occlusion here. I can try. Okay, if I want to modify it by hand, I can add a paint, but now I want to try with a different generator. I want to put a dirt on top, and let's see what is going on. Let's see the ambient occlusion only. I want to multiply it, so I am adding noise on top. Let's remove that one. You see, I am not adding noise on my predefined curvature map. So let's add dirt. Let's add less contrast, probably. Use G-planar. Oh, god. It's saving now. Half an hour left. Come on. I fully understand it has a lot to write, but probably it's so slow because of the external drive where I'm saving. I mean, it's not USB 3, but anyway, still low. And also, it's an old Seagate hard drive. It's really good. It was really good as an hard drive, but I don't know, when I'm working and I'm not using it for more than a couple minutes, it freezes to save energy. I tried to remove this following some Windows instruction, but it didn't work. It looks like it's something of the hard drive itself. But anyway, now I want to modify this, but I guess it's a better idea to remove that part and do it later with other parameters for our ambient occlusion. So I want no, probably multiply. Yes, I did remove it. Oh, this is really bad. And I have any ambient occlusion here, so I'll be proceeding by hand. Let's see. Okay. Let me take the same a similar brush as before. Let me remove that thing here, like it. Still working on using mirror, increasing the spacing, decreasing the stroke and a bit of glow, and switch it to black here. I want to be a bit more precise, so smaller brush. Let's see. Okay, better. Removing a bit of occlusion here. Big. Bigger the brush, bigger the noise. It will be not more big occlusion. It will be wearing or dirt. And I'll probably add it later or another layer. another thing you can do is to activate the follow path and also to add a bit of jittering, so your painting will not be as precise, and it's perfect for something similar. Okay, I definitely will add the final details with the material on. And for sure I will add more noise on other part, for example here. I don't know why my mix is not going straight. Switching from song to song. Okay. I don't remove that part. I will add more. Let's see. Oh, yes. I have here my color correction, color selection, but as you can see I'm painting over because this layer, this mask is over. I should do that instead if I want to paint on this part only, doing everything without anything here. Sometimes, instead going straight with tiny details, it's better. Okay, I can definitely remove this mirror. Don't like it anymore. I can definitely increase the size of my brush and adding by using the great spacing, the bigger spacing. And then use a different brush definitely for tiny details because it's way too blurred. And then using it later. dirt here. I deleted that part because I didn't like it. I want to follow better, in a better way, the shape. Not that hard. Okay. Let's see. What you can do later is to add hmm, a little gradient, just a tiny gradient from bottom to top, but this is intended only if this object is static, because you don't want to add any light direction. So for example, if you are making a room with chairs, sofa, couch, you can do that, because it's kind of simulating the light, and if you do this really tiny, it's way better than using a solid color, for example. But if you are doing something this, and in the game the scooter will be rotated from bottom to top in the other direction, it will not be great unless you are adding a bit more noise on top of the gradient, because yeah, just to simulate that is more noisy and dirt on the bottom part. But as I want to show you, what is that real quick, we add another generator, and then we can add a where is it, a light. Okay. Just a bit, you see. I will could invert the light, but I could also invert. But let me try with another generator, which is called you can try this ambient occlusion generator as well. Let's try with the position. Let's do start. texture to add more noise. Let's see. Not that much, just a bit. Adding it now. See, a bit more darker. Okay. Okay. It is something that is making this bright border that I added, but I don't know where I added it. Oh, I should have added it. Okay, it's okay. Put it on the base layer sometimes, so you are saving more details on that layer, but usually I'm putting the edge wariness and the dirt on other groups, on other folder, just to find them quicker, or at least edge wiring. Let's say one, because I don't know if I will be using other edge detector or edge generator on that specific part. Let me do just a bit with the curvature again. Let's see. Okay. I don't like it. I don't like it a lot. Let's see the texture. Let's add a noise. Let's see the final result. Doesn't change. It should. Oh, I'm not using the post. Probably the noise is too big. I need to deal a bit with the scale. Details on it. Anyway, it's way too big. I'm using triple it's usually flowing better compared to the using. Here more noise, so I want to go way over 64. I can do that by entering by hand the value here. Okay, this is for the noise map, but now I need to add more contrast on it. Less bright. Another generator and a dirt. Come on. And I want to add it on top of my noise. What is the amount of grunge? The amount, but also the scale. It's way too big. I don't have any micro detail or anchor point, so I'm not using them now. That's the contest. Could use custom branch. Draw the map. Let's try Perry noise again. Anything? Right? Probably I activated the custom branch. Oh, I activated it. It's not triplanar. I don't like. Okay, I'm tired about that. I paid, and let's start that by hand. when I'm not reaching what I need, I get tired, and instead of iterating way more, I immediately starting painting. You are painting by hand. Let me check the in the conclusion now. Not working on the integration. It's the base layer, so I'm using directly drawing directly on top of his albedo color, meaning that that part will be always present on my albedo texture map. No parameters to increase or decrease it. So, or decrease it. So I need to do a better job here. A bit more spacing. You need to carefully set your values here from spacing, opacity, flow. The experience will get a lot smoother, will be quicker, and achieve easily what I have in mind. You usually don't want to deal against those values, because in the other way the painting session will be a pain in the ass. I don't like to see as much border, so I mean I don't want it to really be as it is now. Those parts. Now I'm using vanilla Subtance painter with the standard generator, but there are many. Probably they come with a cost, but there are definitely many that you can download from the website, from the Adobe website, and they're for sure, I'm guessing, better, because you can use Substance Designer to make smart material and generators, and if you add a bit more math and you know really well what you are doing, you are achieving better results for sure. I'm using from time to time Substance Designer. Is a node-based, really cool software to make generator, texture, stuff like that. But I'm not using it consistently, so sometime I need to come back to guides and tutorials to remember what I did, or I need to look some smart material that I did in the past, trying to guess what I was doing there, because it's a really complex software, and when you start stacking many nodes on top of each other, following your idea. Probably there are different approaches to do the same stuff, and maybe you are not immediately getting what you did in the past. No, that's okay. Usually is why bigger companies hire specialized professionals, because they immediately know what they have to do by doing that consistent days daily.